Hey guys, welcome to the Snowshoe GNCC in Snowshoe, West Virginia. There you saw, or here on the right is my dad in the Yamaha shirt, and you just saw our team manager Randy Hawkins in the Yamaha shirt. On the left of me is Braden Baisley, my biggest competitor, and someone I didn't introduce yet, my dad.
Hey, how's it going everyone? This is Mike.
So I thought I had the whole shot. I swing a little too wide, and Braden gets in front of me. So just following Braden now for the first couple turns.
This is kind of a crazy start, right? On the road, this is the only GNCC where they start on the road, and they start usually 5 at a time, staggered like about 10 seconds apart, which is really unusual because normally it's, a row of 20, 30, 40, or 50 people. So it's definitely an unusual way to start a race.
Yeah, and it's confusing too because of the staggering, you can't really tell what place you're in because you don't know if someone like maybe on the line behind you is ahead of you on adjusted time. Because they adjust the time. Someone starts 10 seconds behind you, then they subtract 10 seconds from their time.
So they can't have like electronic scoring for you to see.
Yeah, so you'll see that come into play a little later.
And what else is unusual about this race is the super high-speed straightaways, which you'll see in a minute. Like, how fast would you say some of these straightaways are, Ryder?
For the kids, 50, 60 mile an hour straightaways on hard-packed roads with loose rocks everywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if the rocks are loose or pointy or when they're sticking out like at a weird angle. Like it almost looks like easy, but believe me, it's not. We should really pause it at some point so you can see what's going on. Yeah.
So right now, Braden and I are just trying to get through lappers, and as you see, most of them let you by, but some don't. Here's my friend Rocco. He lets me by in a second once we get out of this tight wood section. Thanks, Rocco. And Braden and I are just battling it out.
Yeah, so since you guys are starting only like 10 seconds apart per row, you're going to catch people real quick.
Yeah, we're catching people that started only 10 seconds ahead of us, which is kind of crazy.
And you'll notice in this video, Ryder doesn't yell for anyone to move, I think, during the entire video. And why is that, Ryder?
I wasn't feeling so good, and I still don't feel so good. I mean, I have a tea right next to me, and my throat hurt a lot during the race, so it was hard for me to yell and say thank you or stuff. So I tried to rev the engine, but I didn't get to say thank you at all.
So as you can see, this trail kind of is like a shelf trail on the side of the cliff, and this on the danger factor in this race, I'd say if 10 being the highest danger and 1 being nothing, this trail is definitely not high on that list. This might be like a 7 or a 6. The real danger stuff is coming up, and we don't have a lot of it, or the real scary stuff I should say, because it is just a little boring at times. Oh, a nice wipe of the lens. That's got to be scary to take your hand off the bars to wipe the lens when you're going basically as fast as you can. Do you get scared when you're doing that?
I do get scared. I mean, every once in a while you hit a rock or something when you're doing it, and it really kind of spooks you. But most of the time, the factory connection suspension and the Yamaha stay in line when I do that.
That's good. So, as we've mentioned in some of our other videos, if you could please like and subscribe to these videos, that would really help us out a lot. It's just a little button, you hit the like and you hit the subscribe, and it does help us out. So, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it. Oh, there's some traffic here, huh?
Oh yeah, you see that line? That was good.
Yeah.
So another thing that's unique about this race that I don't know if we mentioned yet is that it's on a ski mountain. Like, you start on the top of a ski mountain in the town, like you saw we were on the road, and you race out of the mountain. Coming up, they have these like really sketchy
bridges.
Greasy wooden bridges, and you could have easily fallen off them. And Braden falls in between the bridges. Actually, look right here.
Yeah, that was sketchy. I remember like going out on the bicycle.
Yeah.
But that's not the end of him.
So
But he does have a habit of falling early on in the races. Like last couple of videos, we do get him falling on like right away.
You're right. So I get around him and try to make up time, but he'll stick on my tail for a little while.
So this race is so high speed that most people change their gearing to whatever is from ideal gearing down a couple teeth in the rear sprocket or even up a tooth in the front sprocket. But that does bite you a little bit sometimes too, because there are some tight technical sections. But man, these high-speed straightaways are crazy. I mean, you're gonna see in a little bit. We got some bad crashes on video. We got some pictures of other kids.
So he passes me right
Oh,
here.
he gets you here, yeah.
Yeah, I hit
that was a bad line.
I hit a rock and I went too far to the outside, and he came on the inside and got me. I tried to get on the inside of him here, but it was too off camera. You can't tell in the video.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not blaming the GNCC track crew for making a fast course, because it's all they got here. Like it's a really tough place to ride. And I think maybe your class and some of the classes like ahead of you could handle no matter what they throw at them. But any of the classes behind you, if they took it off the Jeep roads, it would be so much gnarly woods. I don't think they'd be able to handle it. But the GNCC crew does as good as they can with what they got. I guess the question is this type of venue what most people like? So in your comments, if this is the venue that you like, let us know. And if this is a venue that's not for you, we'd like to hear what you think. So we're coming up to a pretty bad crash, right?
Yeah, race ending crash. Not for me, thankfully. But you'll see in a second, in a couple of seconds. Yeah, right here. Look at Braden. You see the bike behind you. Did not look good. He hit a rain rut and it kicked him off into the grass, and you do not want to be riding in that grass.
Why not?
Well, first of all, you can't see if there's a rock, so you can't really...
Oh, that's our friend Mason. Look at him. He also crashed.
Yeah, I saw...
Look at his left side, too, and his right side.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people down.
Dude, he looks like a little beast. Look at this kid. He's like, what, 13 years old? Pretty built.
So, like I was saying, when you're riding in the grass, you can't see if there's any rocks, so you don't know if you're hitting big round rocks, small pebbles, and you have to brace differently for different things. You want to grip the bike for a small rock, and you want to do other things for different rocks. And also, if someone sees a rock in the trail, they're going to throw it into the grass on the side of the trail. So all those rocks that have been brushed off the trail and people have thrown off the trail over the years is now right there where you're riding. Just so you know, one of Braden's friends texted me and said that Braden's home and he's okay, and he's already playing with his friends again. So, not much harm there, but he didn't get to continue on with the race. He left.
So, at this point, you didn't know he was done with the race because he did get up. But I guess later you'll show them let you know. And actually, what else is really weird, and stick around to the end because you're going to see this. Actually, let me backtrack a minute here. We didn't post Ryder's last video, the Mason-Dixon, and a lot of people at the races have asked us about it because something happened at the Mason-Dixon at the very end of the race, and we're not sure what we're going to post yet in that video, but we will be posting it shortly. But ironically, something else happened at the end of this video. Not quite nearly as bad as what happened at Mason-Dixon, but stick around and you'll see it, because Ryder also gets bumped and almost goes off the course. So how was the track this year compared to the track last year?
It was the exact same, except for the last half a mile. There was no differences at all, really. Oh, this turn was fun. It was like wide open the whole time. Yeah, but the track was the exact same, like literally no different changes besides the last half a mile.
Now, the day before they do the quad race, and we're gonna show you some video of that shortly, which is kind of crazy. Like, seems like in the quads there's a lot of people there just for the fun of it, even though they're racing, and they get pretty wild. And you'll see some video in a minute. But during the quad race and during the 10 a.m. motorcycle race, during the middle of the race, oh wait, what happens over here? Oh, here's another kid on the ground, huh?
Another one.
Ugh, hate to see that. It poured halfway through the race and just never quite dried up the next day. You can see everything's still kind of wet, which is a little sketchy.
So, sorry to cut you off there, but coming up right here, a lapper pointed me into this line.
A spectator.
Yeah, a spectator, my bad. a spectator pointed me into this line, and it was not a good line. They're not any better than the other lines. And,
way worse, because you would go to the other line and just like that kid, right through, no problem.
Yeah, and my friend Ranger, who you just saw,
Ranger,
helped me out of the mud, which was really nice. Thank you, Ranger.
Ranger's family, their transmission blew up on the way to the Snowshoe, which is another crazy thing, because you're like driving up a super steep or down a super. Oh, who's that cool guy there?
That's you.
That's me. That's right. Up or down a super steep mountain for like an hour or more. And I just know somebody's vehicles are going to blow up, and sure enough, it was his. There was Andrew Sikanikas pointing a line. That was nice.
Yeah.
Hope you're not getting me sick now. So you got kind of lucky with the weather in your race. Oh, look at that. That's bad. With the weather in your race was good, right? It was sunny. It was, it was right temperature.
Yeah. In the day before this, on Saturday, I raced on Sunday. On Saturday, it rained for 2 of the 4 races, right? And on Sunday, it rained for 2 of the 3 races. So it rained pretty much all day except when I was riding.
Yeah.
Saturdays, Sunday, and Monday.
And they actually cut the morning race short by a whole lap, right? And they were doing 30-minute laps, and you were doing, what, like 14-minute laps, right?
Yeah, because it was raining so bad.
Yeah. So another thing that makes this race a little difficult is there's no, a lot of the races, the mobile phone reception is really bad, but there's like literally none. And, oh, here's a bunch of kids stuck again. That is a tough hill, man. These videos never do justice. So there's no mobile phone reception. There's no communication with your pit crew. You can't find out what's going on from scoring. The only time you can get even any internet, oh, here's more kids stuck, man. This is bad, is when you're in one of the buildings and you get their Wi-Fi. So you're like, if you're down on the mountain somewhere or you're pitting somewhere, you have no idea what's going on, and you can't get messages to your pit crew. It's really tough living for like 3 days with no communication. And in our condo, the Wi-Fi was even broken, and they sent people to come fix it, and then it turned out you looked outside and someone dug up all the wires, and it was done. So for like 3 days, I had like no internet. It was really bad. No internet or phone calls, because that's the only way you can make a phone call is through the internet. So what's this here? Oh,
yeah.
Who was that?
That was Braden's mom walking on the side of the trail with Braden's helmet and neck brace in her hand. And that's when I knew Braden was done. Here's Kenton and Richards. Really nice family. He passed me on the left. He started a couple seconds behind me, or a couple rows behind me. And we kind of battle it out for a little bit after he gets around me.
Yeah, he's got an awesome practice track, super high speed. He's probably, used to these speeds a lot more than you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a little surprised you're staying with him because he keeps turning around to check you out.
Yeah.
Because he's fast.
Mm-hmm. Very fast.
So, I forget where you show the video. That's probably coming up a little bit of the quad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does come up.
Oh, yeah. Not yet.
No, that's in like 2 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, see the look back. Right, if you watch, I think this is it.
Yeah, he's good at getting people to move. You should take a cue from him. Hear that?
Yeah.
You're not, when you rev your engine, you're not like being rude. You're just letting people know you're there. That's all. They're going their top speed. He's going his top speed. You're going your top speed. Everyone goes their top speed. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you coming to that sketchy on the cliff section again?
Yeah, it's right here. Now we're in it. The cliff hasn't really started yet, though.
Oh, by the way, on Saturday at the Snowshoe, Yamaha does a free class for, I think it's for anyone, and they have Yamaha, and they have all the top pros there: Stu Baylor, Lane Michael, Mike Witowski, Randy Hawkins, and they even have demos where you can ride bikes there. It's a pretty impressive display of what these manufacturers are committing to the GNCC series.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It is the premier series in the country, if not the world, for off-road racing. Look at all the top people who come out to compete in this series, and they're from like all over the world. But what is also kind of weird is we heard on a podcast, and we were actually talking to a relative, close blood relative of a top XC1 guy. And he was saying that the top contract is $60,000 a year for these racers. Now that doesn't mean that's all they make, because they get bonuses and they have outside sponsors besides their manufacturer. But man, that's a lot of work for $60,000. Not to say $60,000 is bupkis, but that doesn't include benefits, gas money, supplements, entries. So it's a bit of a shame that the sport doesn't pay better, but that's the sport we're in. If you want something that pays better, try a stick and ball sport or maybe Supercross. All right.
So right up here is the videos of Howard's Hole, and we'll explain what Howard's Hole is a little bit after the videos play, but just try to figure it out what it is when you see these crazy videos.
Oh my God. This is insane. There are so many people down in Howard's Hole that there's police down there, and there's actually television crews for GNCC down there. This is bad, but no one gets hurt. Just wait for it. You'll see. This is what happens. Like, these quads are flying by all the spectators. You're afraid someone's going to get run over. Yep, there he is, but obviously he's not hurt too bad.
Oh, right here.
Oh, this was sketchy too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so lucky you didn't get pushed off into that.
Yeah, the 65 rider started like drifting a little bit to the right, and I almost got pushed in that sketchy divot, and that would not have been good.
Oh, and there's Mason Rainer. He got you on the inside.
Not Mason Rainer.
Oh, that wasn't Mason?
That was Levi Wilkins.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah,
right.
he went around the outside and got me when I almost got pushed into the hole.
Now you catch back up to him later, but I still think he gets you.
Yeah. So back to Howard's Hole. It's a section. It's all it is a section on the course where people like to party, and they will go there and try to help the quads get through it. And there's like fights and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about fights, but yeah, sometimes the girls get a little drunk, but not like fist fight to death, but yeah, it's really rowdy. It may not be for kids. Oh, this bridge area here is a little sketchy. Oh, is Chris Weiss here yet?
No, he's here different.
Okay. Oh, that's a different line.
When Chris is here, he tells me not to take that line and go over the bridge, which is the smarter line.
Oh, I hate the fact that the camera is on your chest. It's so much harder to wipe, but there we go. Yeah, we cut out a lot of the stuff where the camera's just you can't see. Sometimes it's good footage we miss, but when it's on your chest, it's hard to wipe. It's hard to ride with your hand on your chest.
Yeah.
When it was on your helmet, it was so much easier to clean.
Mm-hmm.
But it is illegal now to do that.
Yeah. So we gave away some Hammer Nutrition sample bags at this race, and we know we told you guys about those a long time ago, that we said we'd have them, and we finally have them, and we're going to give some more away at the next GNCC, the Mountain Year, even though it's not for a long time.
So come up to the podium to get them.
Yeah. This was confusing. This kid was going pretty fast, and he had a purple sticker on the back of his helmet, which means he was in my class. And right now, I'm questioning whether I'm in first place or not, because I don't know if this guy's in my class or not. I do get around him, which makes me feel a little bit better, but I'm still confused on how he got in front of me, since he was going fast enough that I wouldn't have lapped him.
Right, and the way they do the starting order... What?
Sorry, this is a really cool... I like this pass for some reason. I jumped and then landed and passed him.
Oh, that was pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry.
That's right. So the way they do the starting order is the top 5 in their class go first, and then it's kind of random after that. So you were on... Oh, there was Ellie, right? Our friend Ellie Nash. So you were in the first row of your class. So this kid wasn't on the row with you. So how did he get in front of you? Because his sticker and his helmet said he was in your class.
Yeah.
It was very weird. The whole day was very confusing about what place you were in. As a matter of fact, I kept telling you when you were stopped, and you'll see later, you got a big lead. But
sorry, that was Chris Weiss pointing out the line and Riley Anderson on my right.
Yep, there's that. So, how would you say at this race, how would you say your aggression level was?
So, at the beginning, I was definitely very aggressive, battling with Braden. And then, this is scary. Somebody's pulling out onto the track, and I almost hit them. You see this guy in the orange is pretty mad. So at the beginning, very aggressive, battling with Braden. And then as the race went on, right here.
Oh, wait, what happened there?
Yeah, I thought
that was Levi Wilkins again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you caught back up to him.
I thought I could go to the left, but I couldn't because since we geared the bike down so much, I couldn't pop up the front tire enough to get over the log, so I had to pull around. And here we stopped for goggles. I confirmed my thoughts that I was in first, and I messed up for some reason. I couldn't get going. I was in neutral, and it was weird. I couldn't get going. But then I finally get going, and we're back on the road again.
So we got to get our goggle stopping routine a little better than that, but understandably confusing because I think we've only changed goggles one other time this season. Like normally the goggles last the entire race without a problem. So we don't really have that whole procedure. Oh, another kid down. I wonder how long that woman's been standing there for him. Like, did she just show up? That's so weird.
Here's Chris Weiss again pointing out the line. So, what were we talking about before this?
Oh, goggles. Yeah, so we don't stop. Our Scott goggles last us the whole race, right? Every time, but there were so many like high speed and mud stuff. Oh, this is a little sketchier too. This is your friend's, right? Who?
Oh yeah, on the left is Lola Grosbean, and on the right is Cam Amato. And Lola starts to pull on us actually, but it's really dusty, and I finally get into the wet line, so there's not really much dust, and I catch back up to them.
You and Cam are both lapping Lola, but what happens is a little bit of dust on one of those high-speed straightaways. You can't see. Whoa, she almost shoves you right off the course. You can't see what's going on. I mean, didn't your friend Brody break his arm right in that spot right there last year?
Right there, yeah.
Right there. Yeah, like.
Oh, I almost hit that person. Or that person.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Here's Ellie again, and then Chris again pointing out the best line for me.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is so fast, such a good kid. The whole family's really good, and he's got a broken collarbone, so he's just spectating now. So I knew you had enough gas, but since I thought you had such a big lead, I'm like, let me just take a look and see what's going on here. Make sure the gas is good. No big deal. We didn't even bother to put gas in. We said, oh, just keep going. But what actually happened with your aggression level and the gas and situation here?
So yeah, I kind of turned down the aggression level. I didn't try as hard because I didn't want to get hurt. You saw all the people laying there on the ground, and I did not want to throw away a win if I had a big lead. Turns out that came back to bite me, and people starting on the rows behind me caught me, and one of them even beat me on adjusted time, as you'll see. I'll explain more in a couple seconds. And I did end up getting third place, which I'm not really too happy about, especially because even though they're really fast kids, they've never beaten me before. But it's okay. Work hard over the summer break that we have from GNCC, and come back a lot stronger next year. And I still got 11th overall, which is better than I did last year. Last year I got 19th overall, and Braden got 30th. So, not the best day, not the worst day. Could have been a lot worse, like I can say. But let's show you now what happened.
Yeah, now we're coming to the finish, and it's nothing like what happened at Mason-Dixon when you will see that video, but it is a little bit aggressive, and you'll notice all you can see from behind is Ryder's bike get jerked one direction, jerked another, right in the scoring chute, and that wasn't because he hit a rock, because there was no rocks in the scoring chutes, because somebody hit him from behind, but I think they're a good family, and maybe it was just a little too aggressive in the finish, so no big deal, but just kind of ironic how it happened 2 GNCCs in a row. And please stay tuned for the Mason-Dixon video, because we will have that coming soon, and it's going to be a real doozy. You've never seen a video like that from us yet.
Oh yeah, watch it happen right here. You see how my bike went all sideways? Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, make some noise. Coming from Kennelin, New Jersey, aboard the 31 Yamaha. Say hello to Ryder Sigety. Ryder, how'd it go out there today?
It went okay. I started off good, got the whole shot. Well, not really. Braden passed me in the first turn, but I stayed behind Braden for most of the first lap, and he went down, and I stretched out a bit of a lead, but slowed down because I didn't want to get hurt. I know it's a fast, sketchy track, so I kind of slowed down the pace, and then by the time I got to the end, these guys kind of made up the adjusted time, and they won the race.
Do you have anyone you'd like to say thanks for getting you up here?
My dad, my mom, AmPro Yamaha, Moto Seat, VP Fuels, EBC Brakes, Factory Connection Suspension, Hammer Nutrition, DT1 Air Filters, IMS, Climb, Dirt Trick Sprockets, Voiceco, Oco Cleaners, Psycho, City Boots, Ruckers, Kenda Tires, Maximum, Core Motor Graphics, Scott Goggles, Low Tool Slacker, Regina Chain, and also we're going to be throwing these Hammer giveaway bags off the podium.
All right, you're going to be throwing Hammer Nutrition giveaway bags off the podium. Your third place finisher here at the Snowshoe GNCC, Ryder Sigety.
Yeah, Ryder!
Your runner-up from